This is the King and Doc podcast, late night, Saturday night edition, as it was, and it always should be. What up, my man, King Hooley? How you doing, brother?
Man, I am happy to be here as always. It's a Saturday night. I have my I got my herbal essence right here, and I have my, this my little something to sip on. Also, you know what I'm saying. So I'm ready to get this thing going.
We're big time environmentalists on this show. We're all about plants. You know, that's a central theme of everything that goes on here is horticulturalism and everything it entails. I'm a big time gardener, baby.
Me too, man.
Dr. Green Thumb, Cypress Hill. What's up?
Green Thumb. Got the green thumb. What's up? What's up, Cypress Hill? Yeah, man.
So how you been, man? It's been a minute. How you living?
I'm living fantastic, man. Getting ready for graduation. The older boy is about to graduate on Thursday, so we just been preparing for that.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It was a struggle to get him across, but he's a good kid. But teenage type of
they're all terrorists.
You know what I'm saying?
They're all terrorists.
Yeah. They had a little
moments. Every child is a terrorist in the way that you and I were terrorists to our parents. It's just the truth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but just excited about him graduating, man. And
hell yeah, man. Good for you.
What about you, man? What's going on with you?
Man, I took my son to a trampoline park today, and they had a slam ball court. And let me tell you something. I am going to go back to that slam ball court, and I am going to teach some fucking 10-year-olds what's what. That's just going to happen. Because listen, when I get all 350, 450, 850, however much I weigh, whatever, how many pounds of this shit, when I get this shit in the air and I get achieved liftoff, it's nothing they're going to do. It's going to be like Shaq on that court. And I'm going to show these kids what's what. And then their parents are going to come over and be like, stop, abusing my children. And then I'll throw the ball at their parents. And then I'll get kicked out, but it'll be worth it.
Right. That's cool.
Nothing's going on with me. That's what's up.
Yeah. You know one place I don't like? Chuck E. Cheese, bro.
Oh, you're not wrong about that. This place, they had pizza at this place. It was just like that. Like, listen to me. Get a real fucking pizza oven or stop serving shit. Stop serving my child garbage that I then also have to eat, because I am a believer that children deserve gourmet food. No, I'm just fucking kidding. I don't give a shit. This is not a hill I'm on.
I don't think kids I don't think kids care really. You know what I'm saying? Just give them whatever and put a bunch of ketchup on it, and they're gonna eat this shit, dude.
I gave him a root beer today. I gave my 3-year-old son a root beer. That's proof of what a terrible parent I am, and he loved it more than anything in history. He drank like a half of a small cup. Nice. He was the happiest kid ever, and I was like, I'm the worst parent in history.
Was that his first root beer?
I think it was his second root beer. I think his mom gave him one recently. So, together we're not Captain Planet, we're Captain Root Beer, but it's all good. So
that's what's up. Hey, Treehouse Bandit, what up? Hey,
appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, checking us out. Always here, every time we go live. So I appreciate you, my dude.
Number one fan.
Real quick before we get into everything, like I said, I'm King Hooley. This is the Blunt Doctor. We are the King and Doc. This is our podcast. It's Saturday night. You know what we do. Shout out to the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. They give us this platform to let us come on here and do our thing. It tends to be funny on a Saturday night for people who are out here probably drunk already. You know what I mean? That's that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? So that's our vibe. You feel me?
That's what we're trying to do.
I mean,
I'm all about providing drunk people with additional entertainment. They don't have enough.
They don't. They definitely don't have enough. Definitely don't have enough. What up, Glenn? How's it going, my boy?
Oh my God, yeah, Glenn. I wouldn't be sleeping either, dog. I don't think I would sleep for a damn week.
Oh yeah. Big time. Yeah.
You know what? I was saying to my boy Treehouse earlier. We were chilling, and I pointed out. I said to him, I was like, who the coach was when the Pacers went to the finals in 2000?
Larry Bird.
This is Rick Carlisle, dog. The same coaches right now. Yeah, this shit is. Was it Rick Carlisle? Was Larry Brown the coach and he was the assistant? Is that what it was? He was on the team. He was on the team. The point is whether he was the assistant or head coach. Rick Carlisle is a goddamn god. But I'm pretty confident he was the head coach. But now you've shaken my confidence in my own.
I'm not sure, brother. I'm thinking.
Okay, Glenn's about to tell us.
I want to say it was Larry Bird.
Rick Carlisle. He was the assistant to Larry Brown. He was on the team. Was the point? My point is he's on the sidelines both times that the Pacers have made the finals. He was a coach.
Right.
on the sidelines both times. That's right. He was an assistant in Malice at the Palace. He still had hair at that time. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, he was on the team. He was a coach. The shit is crazy that he then came back and has now led them to the finals again. But that's why we gotta have the Pacers fact checker with us to make sure that everything's accurate. Because nobody else knows any facts about Indiana. Let's be honest.
Glenn said he was an assistant.
There you go.
Yeah, appreciate Glenn. We know why Glenn is up. The Indiana Pacers have moved on into the NBA Finals against they were taking on the OKC Thunder.
Man,
let's talk about that real quick. That game that starts on Thursday. What are your thoughts on this finals? Just real quick.
No, go for it. Tell me.
Yeah, I mean we don't have to go like too deep into it, but just give me your thoughts. You know, saying about this finals. What are you most excited about it?
Well, it's good that the Knicks didn't make it because they couldn't hang with the Thunder, and that's not meant to disrespect the Knicks. They need to enjoy what they did this season, and they need to add to their team, and their chemistry will grow. But the Pacers are a better match for the Thunder. Mm-hmm. This is a basketball nerd series up and down the court. This is the one team I think that can really hang with the Thunder and can actually gas them out, because as deep as the Thunder are, the Pacers are just as deep. And yes, SGA is the best player in the series, fine. But Siakam just came off one of the best series we've ever seen, winning, ECF MVP. And dude, I mean, Nembhard, Nesmith, they've got incredible defenders, incredible depth. And I'm just very interested to see. This is a series where you're going to watch the coaching. Like, just honestly, Rick Carlisle is a veteran of, many years, was an assistant on that last Pacers finals team. And Mark Daigneault is kind of new to this shit. He's been amazing so far. But this is like a basketball nerd series where you're watching the coaching. And I'm really fucking interested to see, because this Pacers team has Team of Destiny vibes. And every single thing just falls the right way for them. They hustle for everything. And it's still something about OKC just feels a little off to me. I don't know what it is. They're incredible. But when SGA sits, like if SGA turns an ankle,
right,
OKC will fall apart. If Tyrese Halliburton turns an ankle, TJ McConnell can step in and keep things going. I don't know. There's just I'm taking the Pacers in 7. There you go.
Pacers. Oh wow, Pacers in 7.
Yep. There you go.
That's a good one. You know what I'm saying? I would pick that. This is a different NBA Finals. You know what I'm saying? Like small market teams. OKC has been really good all season. Last year, they were pretty good last year as well. But like we talked about that, like that youth, that experience in the playoffs, that'll probably be a hindrance for them. But this season, it looked like a different team. I think I'm going to have to take OKC, and I'm going to go with OKC at 6. With this, I know it's gonna probably ruffle some feathers. I know Glenn's probably gonna get mad at me and send me a couple text messages all fine, but it is what it is. But like, I just think they're hungry, man. The Thunder look hungry.
I agree completely. And my only thing about this, the one thing that I keep coming back to, is that the Thunder are so heliocentric around everything that SGA does that if anything goes wrong there, it could be trouble. I am typically an advocate of the Popovich defense, where you ignore the other team's best player and you shut down all the role players and you let that dude go off and you try to shut down everyone else. And I think that's a horrendous strategy against the Thunder, because I think it's the other way around. I think that you make the other dudes beat you. And I think the Pacers have the ability to do that. I love this Pacers team. And I just think they're the team of destiny. And I'm just picking Pacers. So there we go. Pacers in 7, Thunder in 6. I love it. We need like a stake bet on this or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I do plan on hitting up Laughlin pretty soon. So like, let's go get a steak from Laughlin.
There you go. There we go. We're going at the Outback Steakhouse and Aquarius in Laughlin.
Let's do it, bro.
Find someone to stay.
Hey, we'll go live. We'll do a King of Doc podcast from there. I'm pretty sure they'll let us do it.
Oh my god. Dude, sure let you do anything. As long as you tip $20, you can do anything.
And give me, so we need to do that in the blooming onion. You know what I'm saying?
You're speaking my language, baby. I agree with this. Rick Carlisle is the most underrated coach in the NBA. He is a tactician. And the one thing that Brian Windhorst always says about Rick Carlisle is he coaches his teams for a 7-game series, meaning that his goal is to wear you out by game 7. And typically you cannot do that against Oklahoma City. They're young, they're deep, all these things. The only team that might be able to do it is the Pacers. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just love this Pacers team. I just do. They're fun as hell to watch. And Tyrese Halliburton should be on the Phoenix Suns, so it's like a heartbreaking thing to watch every single time. He was right there. We didn't pick him. We're idiots. We're morons.
Oh, did you see? I guess he thought he was going to win the MVP. He started creeping up, like when they were announcing it, and then they gave it to Pascal Siakam.
Hey, Siakam deserved it. He was their leading scorer.
You're right.
He was the best defender on the team throughout the entire series, dude. Everyone's talking about Thomas Bryant today. Yeah, because Pascal was switching all over the fucking place, covering 4 positions at once. Pascal's a madman. He played an incredible series. Like that trade for Siakam, that trade and extension should go down as one of the greatest trades ever. Because I mean, I know that the Pacers gave up a couple of picks, but they really didn't. Siakam fits like a fucking glove, and he accelerates what Halliburton does. Anyway, let's talk about our topics. We got shit to talk about here. Yeah, I believe Siakam deserved that shit. I was on board with that.
Let's start with some big news, like of the week. You know what I mean? Donald Trump issued a bunch of pardons. You know what I mean? He issued some pardons. We can go over a couple of notable ones. Like he pardoned NBA YoungBoy.
Okay. All right. Hey, listen.
Some gun charges. You know what I'm saying?
I'm mad about this one. Okay. Hey, they were going after YoungBoy for some bullshit. So I ain't even mad about this one. I got when you're right, you're right. And pardon me, NBA YoungBoy is right. I'm just saying.
I mean,
broken clock is right twice a day.
At least twice a day. Yeah. The only thing that got pardoned really is his probation. Because he served the time in jail, and he was on house arrest right after that. I think he just finished house arrest when Donald Trump swooped in and to save the day.
I'll still take it. Well, I mean, fuck Donald Trump, but I'll still take it. when they like were making jokes about his nicknames, I was like, yo, these fuck the police. That's my point.
Larry Hoover got pardoned. If you don't know who Larry Hoover was or Hoover is, Larry Hoover is. He was for Chicago. He's the founder of the Gangsters Disciples. But he pardoned him on his federal charges. We still owes the state of Illinois 200 years.
It's an important pardon to make sure it happens.
What's important to pardon?
This is top tier priorities right here.
What was important to pardon? I don't understand what the point of the pardon was.
I don't even. This is the kind of thing he's all listen. He's gonna like ride through. He's gonna send a billboard through black communities. It's like I pardoned Larry Hoover from federal charges. He still has state charges.
He still has state charges.
Also, he's a bad dude and not a good representative for the black community. But you should love me for it. Like it's. I don't know. This is what happens when white people with dementia are allowed to, run the country.
Be president?
Yeah, but he heard this dude's name like 20 years ago. It was like we gotta pardon this dude, but it probably was something about like a Hoover vacuum. Yeah, that he like transposed.
Glenn, glad you brought them up because
he
also pardoned him. The funniest thing about Todd and Julie Chrisley, he pardoned him. Todd Chrisley was housed in a federal prison outside of Pensacola, Florida. I'm from Mobile, Alabama, which is like 45 minutes away. I follow it, and if you don't do this, like if you want to see racism in real time, if you want to see just why people think like the the Trump MAGA people is a cult. I just please go follow 3 Facebook pages. WPMI, that's the CBS affiliate for Mobile, Alabama. WALA, I think that's the NBC affiliate, or or the Fox affiliate. I forget which one that is. Dude, any one of those, check those comments. You're gonna see some crazy shit. In the comments, like, earlier this week when Trump decided he was going to pardon these two who, committed some, pretty much like fraud. You know what I mean? It took some money. I mean, it's committed fraud, basically.
Like you do.
Yeah, the people in the comments were, they were happy he pardoned them. I guess they had the reality stars or whatever. And I don't know if I've never seen their show ever before. I mean, I barely know who these people are, but I just read what they did. And I was like, that's pretty messed up. Like, it was cool they going to jail, but now Trump pardons them and it's some fraud stuff. So whatever. Todd comes out and he's like, you know what? I want to speak on the injustices that are going on inside that prison. And I think it's pretty messed up. And he said that African-American males are treated unfairly, aren't treated the same in that prison. And the minute he said that and they posted that on those social media accounts, everybody flipped on him. There were some people that were saying like he should go back to prison because just the comments were wild. So
white conservatives can't admit that anything happens to black people, like a black dude could be shot in the face on national television, and they would be like, "Yeah, but he probably cheated on his wife at the time." Like, it doesn't fucking matter what occurs. Like, a black person cannot do anything. And
just go follow them pages, bro. I promise you, you see some crazy shit.
Yeah. Well, okay. Number one, they look like any standard white couple out of like Missouri. And as we know, like Mormons and all those people believe Jesus is white. So they see this dude and probably think he is Jesus, with his fucking, I mean, dude, that looks like Hitler's wet dream. I mean, I just, these dudes, these people are bad people. And this guy is like, hey, I saw that people of color were treated really horribly in this situation. And instead of being like, oh, wow, that's something we didn't believe, they're like, you're
nah, son.
Fuck you.
Nope. Go back with him. Nah, son. Yeah. We don't believe you.
Yeah. And it's just like, and that's the thing is, I don't love Dave Chappelle a lot because I'm not against his transphobic. I hate his transphobic shit, whatever. The point he made regarding George Floyd stands very true. Is like, we can't even get, like, black people can't even say our lives matter. Not are more important, not are the most important, not are even equally important, just matter. That's too much. This is the perfect example of that shit. Is like, this white dude for the first time in his life was like, I'm going to check my privilege and point out that I didn't get beaten to shit every single day in prison because I'm not black, and I watched guys who are black go through that. Yeah. And instead of
and they were still like, nah, you tripping.
Yeah. Dude, I worry so much for my son. He's a white man, and I'm like, every single day I'm like, you've got to be a good person, because every single one of us who came before you is like, there's so many of us who are garbage. You've got to be like, you've got to help fix it, because it's just every single fucking day there's a new story about white person X being so unbelievably racist that we can't believe it. And I just don't even know what to deal with it anymore. And I don't know the Chrisleys. I don't give a shit about them. But when one of these people comes out and says, hey, he says to his cult, hey, we need to look at these things. And they're all like, fuck you. I don't, like, as a white man, it's like so horrendously embarrassing how horrible some of these people are. Like, I don't know what to do, man. Like,
hey, man, just do you.
I know, of course, I don't represent them or whatever. Yeah, but man, it's fucking crazy to watch half the people of a particular race be so fucking racist. And I don't even understand how you can feel that. Like the screaming matches I've gotten into family members over this shit, man. It's like, I just don't even get it. And it's so sad how fucking disgusting half of this country is. The one good thing about Trump, dude, is at least he exposed this shit. We all know now what these people are. They used to hide, right? Everyone used to hide in plain sight and cover up their whatever. Now these fucking people at least are open, and it's like we can work to eradicate these fuckers from society because at least they have said who they are and what they believe.
Right.
Fuck. All right, you got me on a soapbox, man. My bad. Here I go again.
It's all good. Hey, with all these pardons, you know what I'm saying, there has been a person that's been popping up with these pardons. I wonder.
Who might that be?
I have no clue who this could possibly be. Probably who, you know what I'm saying? Who do you think would, I don't know.
Friends. How many of us have them? Friends.
Yeah. I'm thinking I have friends in low places. Okay.
Oh my God, dude, we
before
just
anybody can
so
say,
hard.
You know, before anyone can sit here and say, like, yeah, they're just like, it's crazy because they're both from New York and they're both, public figures.
They're rich New Yorkers. Yeah,
big New Yorkers, so of course they're gonna have pictures together. Listen, according to Getty's, they have like a close to like 270 pictures together. I don't have 270 pictures with anybody that I know. Like, I have brothers and sisters, and I don't believe I have 270 pictures with them.
Yo, my God, listen.
You know what I mean?
And listen, right before we got on air, I saw this headline that said 50 Cent said he will dissuade Donald Trump from pardoning Diddy. You know what world we live in? We live in the upside down from Stranger Things, because let me remind you of something. It was not that long ago that Dennis Rodman was in North Korea saying that he was going to solve the world's nuclear problems by launching a North Korean basketball league. And then that started rumors that Dennis Rodman was actually a CIA agent who was trying to fix relations between North Korea and the USA. So that's the world that we live in. And by the way, that was while Donald Trump was president. So the idea that Trump and Diddy are best friends and that the only one who can save us from that is 50 Cent, that feels fucking appropriate. I don't know. And by the way, that also reminds me of another Dave Chappelle moment from 2001 when, the World Trade Center happened and MTV cut to a Ja Rule interview, and Dave Chappelle famously said, "Where is Ja?"
Where's Ja?
I want to know Ja Rule's opinion on this situation. I want to know Ja Rule's opinion on this situation. I want to find out what Ja Rule is, a certified New Yorker. You got to tell me what you think about Donald Trump, Diddy, and 50 Cent. This is the only time anyone's going to ask for Ja Rule's opinion ever again. I want to hear it.
But do you think Donald Trump will pardon him? I mean, he can preemptively pardon him. That's been done before. But do you think he would?
P. Diddy is a famous person that he knows and is seen on television. Of course he will pardon him. Donald Trump is a sundowning person with dementia. He doesn't know what he's doing. So if someone says, "Do you want to pardon him?" he'll be like, "Yes." He's seen him on television before. That's all this is. Like, Donald Trump is not like mentally there anymore. So P. Diddy is a person he's seen on television. So of course he will pardon him. Like, I don't even know why anyone is shocked about that. And you better hope that New York can come up with some state charges for that shit. The federal is not going to stick. Trump is evil. He doesn't care about whatever P. Diddy supposedly did, because he did that same shit. He doesn't give a fuck.
No,
that's what Trump is.
That's true.
Real recognized real, rape recognized rape. That's Trump and Diddy.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Hey, this is Saturday night, man. This is what we do here. Well, hey, welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to the King Dot Podcast.
Listen. There's not one person that has accused Diddy, not two, not three, not four. The number of detailed, graphic things that were supposedly there are allegations of like
allegedly.
You reach a certain point where it's like 20 people don't fucking say the same shit about you that gets vetted by the FBI and found to be true, man. Like, come on, dog. Like, am I like what we're supposed to still defend Diddy? This mother, fuck that. Like, of course not. Like, and hey, listen, I'm gonna say something as a person. I'm not gonna being a sexual freak is not the same goddamn thing as being a sex trafficker. And all these people who are trying to conflate what Diddy did with being a sexual person is bullshit. This dude's a monster who literally trafficked people from state to state to do things they didn't want to do. That has nothing to do with being a freak.
Okay, wait.
Well, okay.
Wait. I don't know.
Well, okay.
I don't know. We talked about this a little bit first, right?
Well, let's say that you believe the allegations, right? Then in that, all I'm saying is that if you sex traffic people, that has nothing to fucking do with being a fucking fetish person or a kink person. That has to do with you being a fucking monster. Those are very different things. That's all I'm saying is that if this shit is true about him trafficking people, that like people are trying to basically conflate that he like had strippers and all these things at this party with sex trafficking, and then trying to say that everyone in Hollywood is a sex trafficker because they watched strippers have sex at a party. Those things are not fucking true. And they should not be conflated in that way. That's all I'm saying is that like you can be a person who has sexual fetishes and not be a sex trafficker. And,
I mean,
no, well, hold on.
Stay here, right? With him sex trafficking. Like I think, but what's the difference with? I mean,
what's the difference with what?
Okay. This is gonna sound very crazy. This is gonna sound.
We're already in the weeds.
Hear me out before this, right? The stuff they're charging Diddy with is like, as far as sex trafficking, like him bringing prostitutes across state lines to, essentially just like have sex with Cassie. This is according to court record, right? And allegedly, or according to like the text message, like she's game with this, right? What's the difference between this and an NBA player or a rapper or any other type of entertainer flying out a Instagram model to come there? Like you pay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not even arguing that point because listen, the prostitution should also be legal, by the way. The prostitution should be legal and regulated, and prostitutes should be protected because here's the thing: prostitution will always occur. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
It's the oldest profession.
It's the oldest profession. So the women who do it should be protected and should not be subject to violence from men, because that's what happens is that women go on the street. The brothels should be licensed, regulated, and have security so that women can be protected. That's how these things go. You can pretend that these things don't exist in the world, but they do. That's why abortion should be legal as well. You can't stop abortion, so it should be done safely. There are realities and there are dream worlds. We live in reality. All I am saying is that a person who does engage in sex trafficking is not the same as a person who engages in sexual fetishes. Same point you're making. If a person engages in prostitution, that does not make them a sex trafficker. Those things are extremely true. Sex trafficking is when you put a fucking person in a cage and ship them to another state to be raped by another individual. I don't know the facts of the Diddy case, so I can't like say what's true or what's not. I'm just saying that what I see is this sort of Christian attitude rising in this country where, oh, something sexual occurred, that must mean you're a monster. And that's bullshit. And we need to be able to separate what is sexuality from what is manipulation, what is power, what is violence. That's all.
Good point. Hey, did you see, you say you saw Mission Impossible, right?
Hell yeah, I did. I've seen it.
I still haven't seen it. Okay, without spoiling it.
No spoilers. I hate spoilers, so I am not a spoiler person.
Okay, give me a quick review.
Here's what I'm going to tell you. Tom Cruise is the last movie star. And what I mean by that is he is the only person remaining who simply by being there can still draw an audience. Oppenheimer, which won, Best Picture, required 20 actors for Chris Nolan to get the perceived outcome. And I understand, great movie, whatever. You look at Barbie, again, an unbelievable cast of women, phenomenal actors. The only person left who can bring a cast of unknowns or relative unknowns around him to superstardom is Tom Cruise. And Mission Impossible is his magnum opus of filmmaking. It is the thing he cares about most. It is the thing he does best. And this film is the pinnacle of every single thing that has gone on. There are so many things that occur in this movie that tie the previous 7 movies to this moment. So if you're a fan of Mission Impossible, you're like literally going in, and there are all these little Easter eggs and things that you remember that come to this moment. If you're not a fan, it's just an incredibly badass movie that also gives you a desire to go back and learn about the story, because there are all these things that you missed that they have some flashback sequences for that tie everything together. And what I will say finally is every single Tom Cruise movie had the best stunts in Hollywood. That's known, that's agreed. And this movie takes all of those things to a level that even I can't fucking believe. And I watched this dude's movies a million times over. And this is just yet again one of the best movies I've ever seen. They always are. And every single moment of this movie, if you're a fan of Mission Impossible, you will feel every single moment of this movie in a way that you wouldn't expect. And if you're not, you're going to be introduced to something that you're suddenly going to want to care about and go watch the previous movies. This will make you be interested in movies that you have never given a shit about before. And in this era, when it's all IP that's strewn all over the place to do 27 Marvel movies, the through line from 1996 to today of this series is, it's special and it's different, and I appreciate it in a way that other people who I have met who love this series feel the exact same way. And I think that this movie will bring more fans to that.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I can't wait to check it out. I've always, I'm a fan of Tom Cruise. I like his movies. The Mission Impossible movies are like fantastic. I've gained a brand new respect for him, learning that he does all of his own stunts,
right?
And seeing how crazy, you know what I'm saying.
One thing I would say about this movie, there's a stunt in the trailer for this movie where, real talk, real life, the motherfucker came out of his harness and was inches from falling to his death. And so they put it in the movie. Yes.
No.
Yes. And my boy Treehouse makes a good point. Premium theater, Dolby or IMAX if you can. Get that next level experience. It's worth a couple extra bucks. Yes, I'm a Tom Cruise homer, but I promise I'm right on this one.
Hey man, there has been like first let me back up a little bit. This is a feel good story. I really enjoy this. The Major League Baseball and the Athletes Unlimited Softball League announced a partnership.
Dude, I was reading about this earlier today. Yes.
Yeah. I'm loving this because this is like borderline on. I love women's sports. You know what I'm saying? I have daughters, and I believe that they should be able to have the same opportunity as men in the workforce or whatever.
Oh yes.
None of my daughters, you know what I'm saying, are athletic, but I wish they were, you know what I'm saying, like growing up, I wish they kind of were. But if they, you know, I have nieces also that are getting into softball, and I think this is fantastic. I grew up playing baseball, and I love playing baseball. I play like a co-ed softball league right now. Just meeting a bunch of, you know, different softball players who grew up and just there was nothing for them past college for real. This is an amazing thing right here. Major League Baseball and Athletes Unlimited Softball League announced a partnership, and from my understanding, it's going to be kind of like the, you know, saying the NBA, WNBA type deal, where we're about to get like a professional softball league. Which, I mean, I think there are a couple, but like there's this one, they're going to put actually some money behind this one.
Listen,
let's see where it goes.
Listen. You and I, okay, real talk. Let's real talk for a moment. You and I prepare for this show, right?
Yeah.
We come up with a list of topics.
Yep.
And we go over them and we discuss what we're going to talk about.
Yep.
Real talk. You did not bring this up to me. right? You just mentioned this right now.
I did.
I literally spent an hour reading about this league earlier today. This show is meant to be. While I was at Elevate Park with my son earlier today, I thought to myself, I wonder what happened to Maya Brady, who is Tom Brady's niece, who was a softball player. So I went So I went and Googled Maya Brady from UCLA. So I went and Googled Maya Brady. Turns out she's drafted by this league. So then I go and read about it. And I was just reading about this. So this is just more proof that this show is meant to be. Another thing I love about this league, aside from a Tom Brady person being in it, his niece, Kim Ng is the current commissioner of this league. For anyone who doesn't know, Kim Ng was the manager, or she was the general manager of the Marlins for the last 2 years, and they screwed her over really hard. They said they would bring in a team president above her. When she made multiple moves to actually get the Marlins back to the playoffs. She made a couple of she traded for Brian Berger. She made a couple of moves that very seriously turned that team around. And so of course they were like, we're going to hire someone above you. And then she didn't get another general manager job, and she absolutely deserved one. But she is a forward thinking person who has been involved in multiple really good baseball organizations. And I think having her as commissioner is going to make this league flourish. And when I was reading about this, and I was like, dude, yeah, because there's 2 more leagues. There's women's professional fast pitch, and then there's one other league. But I just think that, number one, all of the greatest, everyone that we've seen on an ESPN highlight for softball over the last decade, they're in this league now. So right there, they have every single name that matters. And they have an ESPN deal. And it's like, dude, why can't we care about softball? I agree with you, man. One thing I've said about the WNBA forever, and I believe this to be true, it's a more fundamentally sound basketball league. The NBA is full of dudes who want to dunk, want to be Steph Curry, want to be this, want to be that. It's the basketball is less fundamentally sound. If you want to actually learn how to play defense, how to run a pick and roll, how to do all these things, you watch the WNBA. It's a better league for that. That shit is just true. And I think we have an opportunity here for softball to become a real league. And also, let's remember, there's nothing preventing a woman from playing in Major League Baseball. That shit is going to happen.
I mean, it's happened before. It's happened before. You know, there were women professional baseball players, especially in the Negro leagues.
Well, listen, we all know that the Negro leagues were better for a lot of reasons. Specifically, that they let black people play sports. I mean, let's be honest. The old Daniel Tosh
leave their own.
Well, dude, the old Daniel Tosh joke about Babe Ruth. He's like, dude, Babe Ruth got to break records before black people were allowed to play the sport. How is that fair? Come on, just for real.
Listen, no, honestly, over the past, I would say probably 5 years, I've heard this theory, if you will, that Babe Ruth was actually passing. Kind of how we talked about in our last episode, when we talked about Colonel Sanders. There's no way no white man came up with that fucking recipe for chicken. Sorry. Sorry.
So Babe Ruth is like a half black. He's like
no. I mean, he's like, but I'm not saying I believe it, but I've heard stories.
Well, no, I'm saying Logic the rapper. I'm saying he's like Logic, he's black, but no one thinks he's black. You're saying people didn't know he was black. You're saying he passed for white.
Back in the day that passing was a thing. I believe I've had some relatives that passed as white. You know what I'm saying?
No, I believe that. I believe that. I've never heard this before.
My relatives in Louisiana, I'm pretty sure I had a couple of them that passed for white. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy because and if you think about it, a lot of a lot of the white ball players didn't fuck with Babe Ruth because where Babe Ruth hung out at? Harlem.
Well,
Harlem.
Yeah.
At the Cotton Club.
So the story of how Babe Ruth.
I'm not saying it is. Not saying it is. No, you're not trying to shake.
Well, no, but here's the thing. The story of how Babe Ruth ended up on the Yankees is that the Red Sox owner wanted to finance a Broadway play called No No Nanette, and he didn't have enough money.
Right.
So he sold Babe Ruth to the Yankees because at that time a Broadway play was way more valuable than baseball.
Right.
So that's the story. But what if the real story was, and listen, I love Boston. I really do. I love Boston. But historically, Boston has a problem with racism. There's no question. And what if the story was historically Boston is a racist city, and we don't think that Babe Ruth can actually succeed here, so we're going to trade him to a city where you're making me. That's I never heard this
because they found out Babe Ruth is black.
Well, I guess that's
or Dominican.
Yeah, I guess that's the real.
You know what I'm saying? We can stretch it. Maybe Babe Ruth is Dominican.
Well, no, but you're right. Like they found out he was a person of color one way or the other and said, "You're not playing for us," and then turned it into something about a play just because.
Wait, they didn't trade him, right? They sold him.
Yeah, dude. I think I believe it was just a direct purchase, man.
Listen.
Yeah, I heard you, man. But you know what though? Dude, can I say something? Like, for real, like, this is the thing about growing up as a white person. And obviously, I'm not trying to paint this as like a difficulty. It's not. But what I'm saying is we get fed so much bullshit, like, from day one in like schools and all these things. Like, it takes a long fucking time, dude. Like, if you had met me when I was like 24, you would have wanted to punch the shit out of me. And I wasn't conservative. I was completely liberal, but I still was like, well, white privilege is overblown. Because it still took me fucking years to fucking get it. Because even when you like, okay, so there you go. So Treehouse said, okay, I've never even heard about this.
Okay, yeah. Like, bro, I there's so many, like, I can send you some articles.
But the more we talk about it, it makes sense to me. But this is what I'm saying. Is like, you grew up as a white person, like, especially I grew up in a white Mormon city. You're so fucking insulated from reality. You have to like go back years, and you're like, wait, but this is true, right? And they're like, no. And you're like 20 years ago. And I'm not trying to excuse whatever. I'm just saying, like, it's unreal how many things I learned in school that turned out to be complete white supremacist bullshit fabrications.
I'm telling you, bro, you gotta look deeper, bro.
Yeah, you do. You do. And you don't learn it.
They're still telling people that Christopher Columbus discovered America. It's 2025.
Well, dude, we're back to that now.
That was proving to be bullshit back in in the 80s when I was in school, you know, saying in elementary school. You feel me? That was proving to be I knew that was untrue, like when I was in the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Before I could spell globe, I knew Christopher Columbus didn't do it. Before I could spell globe. Crazy shit, bro. It's crazy. Before I could spell globe, I knew Christopher Columbus didn't, you know, he didn't discover shit.
Yo,
but they're still perpetuating that bullshit.
Good joke. That's a fucking good joke.
I mean, it's the truth, man. Good jokes.
No, I know it's the truth. I'm just saying this syntax of that statement is a phenomenal joke. You are speaking truth while also writing an elite joke. That's just what King Hooli does, folks. That's why I joined Hooli on a podcast, because Hooli doesn't just speak in phenomenal things that we all need to know. He speaks in metaphors that unlock new dimensions. And that's why I'm like, fuck yeah. That's why I'm here. I'm here to learn.
Bro. Let's do this, bro.
Except for the New York shit. You're wearing that fucking Yankees hat.
Hey, man. Hey, we got space today. I don't even want to talk about it. We'll talk about that. You know, that's coming. We're running out of time. We got to get to our top 10.
Let's do this thing.
Let's do the top 10. Let's do the top 10.
We're having too much fun this episode.
Oh, man. Yeah.
We're enjoying ourselves too much. How evil.
Top 10 most annoying sports fan bases, according to the King and Doc podcast. According to King and Doc.
This is a special one.
You have number 10, right?
I do have number 10, but let's be real quick. We're going over on this one. We're going over by a couple minutes because this is a special top 10 list, and I'm milking it anyway. I don't care because this is a great one, and I'm not letting it go.
This is a really good one. I'm very proud of this one. I'm proud of
this list, and this list is like, this is the stuff I like stand on as a person. Right. And Treehouse, you can back me up on this. These are things that like I decide friendships on. Okay. So this is not shit that I'm not, this is your hilarious joke. No, this is the most serious top 10 list we've done. I'm ready. Let's do this thing. Let's get into it. Are we ready for number 10? I think we're ready for number 10. And we're going to bring in this slide, but I'll start it. And that is any fan of any Premier League soccer team who lives in the United States. Oh my God. It's actually called football around the world. It's not called soccer. Holy shit. Thank you for telling me that information that I don't hear 350,000 fucking times a day. Oh my God. Yes, the sport is the most popular. Did you know that people who watch the Champions League final is more popular than the Super Bowl? Congratulations. Oh my God. People who watch this goddamn game believe that they have tapped into a holy energy and that they are somehow on a next level, and that somehow being a fan of a football team makes you somehow a better person because you've engaged in a sport. Let me tell you something that is goddamn true, that is universal. Basketball is the beautiful game, okay? Basketball is the greatest sport on earth. Soccer is the thing that you do when you're bored, okay? That's what elementary school kids play in the United States. They're bored. Soccer sucks compared to basketball, and I love soccer. So that should tell you how much better basketball is. And I'm fucking so tired of hearing, well, the Premier League and go premiere yourself to yourself. Be congratulations. Tell yourself how wonderful you are. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm tired of fucking hearing about the goddamn Premier League. Soccer sucks. And it doesn't. But basketball is that much better. I'm very passionate about this sort of. I'm not sure if I lost your audio or you lost my audio, but I cannot hear you speaking right now. We have our first.
My fault. I had my mic off. I forgot I turned it off on the actual mic, but I didn't realize you were that upset about soccer, bro.
Huh?
I didn't realize you were that upset about soccer.
Listen, I love soccer. I truly do. I love soccer. I'm fucking tired of hearing how it's the greatest, whatever. And this is because I spent multiple World Cups in Europe teaching. And hearing these motherfuckers, basketball is better than soccer. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Basketball is better than soccer. I'm sorry. But listen, basketball is a beautiful game. And I'm fucking tired of hearing otherwise.
I think basketball, man. I've told several people this. If you watch it, like it's like you could turn down. You can watch a game of basketball, and you could probably like slow it down to probably like 0.5, and then play like some classical music, and it'll be the most beautiful shit you ever seen in your life.
Anybody in the world who loves sports, I believe 100%. If you play Steph Curry, basically winning the fucking world, last summer, winning the goddamn Olympics for us.
Oh yeah.
Hitting like 7 threes.
Yeah. Play that.
Everything. Basketball is the beautiful game. It is what it is, man.
Exactly. All right, so I'm gonna go to let's get on over to number 9. My number 9. As soon as I find this, we're going to go SEC softball fans. I know we talked about softball, before, and how it's becoming like a popular sport, and how it's becoming a professional sport through the helps of the Major League Baseball. They're going to treat it like the WNBA, what the NBA has done before. But I wouldn't just revert back to my bartending days when I used to bartend down in the beautiful beaches down in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Please, sir, please don't walk up to me and tell me to turn this game while I'm watching my Yankees play a meaningless game against the Tampa Bay Blue, the Devil Rays. I don't want to switch from my TV to put on an SEC softball game when I know you don't give a fuck about it, because honestly, you're just really rooting for that team because you can't wait until SEC football starts again. All right. So do not disturb my peace and disturb me getting through a terrible shift that I want to be at home while you sitting there pounding back Michelob Ultras one after another, rooting for somebody you don't even fucking know. Okay. You don't know any of these girls on that team. Zero. All right. But you brought your fat ass out here with your stupid Salt Life t-shirt on. Even though you're fucking from Missouri. I don't know why you get a Salt Life t-shirt and you're from Missouri. I don't know how you can get that. But don't tell me to turn the channel. Okay? Like I hate all of you fuckers. All of you. And this is like this, you know, saying just pass. Me in the pass. I'm sorry, I ran it too long. My bad, bro.
Dude, listen.
My bad.
You're right. Listen, that was 100% legit. Someone put the 100 emoji up. All right, I'm ready for number 8. Because I'm about to put the same passion in number 8. So let's do this right now.
Okay, number 8. Let's go number 8. What you got for number 8?
There is a group of motherfucking people that I cannot goddamn stand, and they include my stepbrother. And that is Dallas Cowboys fans. And let's be really, really, really goddamn clear about this whole situation as we see King Holy on the screen. About the Dallas Cowboys and their fans is that they sit here and go, oh, we're America's team. Really? I didn't realize it was 40 fucking years ago. I'm so goddamn tired of hearing about the fucking Cowboys from the fucking 90s. Tom Brady has won 7 goddamn Super Bowls since then. Okay? This is not America's team unless the point of being America's team is to fucking suck. The only way that the Dallas Cowboys are America's team is if we want to go back to the Vietnam War where we lost. Okay? That's what the Dallas Cowboys are. They represent goddamn losing to everyone fucking everywhere. Okay? So if America's whole thing is, oh, we lose to everyone, even every single situation. Congratulations. Okay? Dallas fucking Cowboys. I'm tired of this team. I'm tired of hearing about them. I'm tired of hearing about Skip Bayless talking about who the quarterback should be. Is there a quarterback controversy? I'm sick of every goddamn Sunday afternoon having to watch a Cowboys game, regardless of whether or not they are good. They could be 1-7 and Cooper Rush is starting, and I still have to watch a fucking Cowboys game. Okay? I've had enough. When they win a playoff game and when they are relevant again, then they can be on goddamn television. And until then, put them on like Peacock or something, or the CW. I've had enough of the goddamn Cowboys. Enough.
Not the CW.
Yes, that's where they belong. CW, Cowboys.
Honestly,
dude, cow, whatever. It doesn't make sense. It makes some sense. Put them out of my screen.
Honestly, bro, I really felt like that was kind of low. You know what I'm saying? Like the Cowboys at number, what was that, 7?
It was 8.
8. Number 8. Cowboys fans with number 8. It definitely should be higher. It definitely 100%. Right. I feel like it definitely should be higher. My number 7, and you're not gonna like it. I'm just let you know. Anybody that follows any Boston team, like anything to do with Boston, like you're just a horrible human being. Like I don't like it. I feel like I'm too hard on Boston. Let me back up a little bit. I fucking hate you guys. I want you to understand, like, I just don't like Boston, period. The only thing there's only 2 things that came that's good that came out of Boston. New Edition, including Bobby Brown and Sasha Banks, WWE wrestler, or whatever she calls herself in AEW. That's the only 2 things that call me to Boston. I hate everything Boston, man. The Celtics, the Boston Tea Party, man, Boston Public, Boston Market, Boston Baked Beans, Boston Cream Pies. Everything that screams Boston is like just 100% trash to me. You guys are just, you're obnoxious as fuck. You're terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like you think like this Boston's like the greatest thing in the world, and it's not. Like, have you been there? Like you live there. Have you been there? Like there's people in Cleveland that is like, oh, I'm glad I don't live in Boston. I don't know what to say about you guys, but like, you got Boston fans. You guys are terrible. You just are. I don't know what else to say. Good luck finding Nemo or finding like self respect, but yeah, I just don't like you guys. You're a Boston fan. I like you.
Yo, okay. I don't know if you can see me backstage right now, dying laughing, but my wife definitely heard me. So that was. I don't think I've laughed so hard at anything. That is because listen.
Hey, I mean,
you're not wrong. We're not.
I mean every word I say.
I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. And here's the thing. I know. And I just want to say,
okay.
One thing I love about you, like like in our friendship, for real, that actually really means a lot to me.
I appreciate that, bro.
Is your lack of foresight, because you just made that number 7, and I get to make number 6. All New York fans.
See, this is bullshit.
When you had this, you had number 1. I was like, he's clearly gonna make Boston fans number 1. He's clearly gonna put them number 1. So I have to come up with something before that. And he didn't. He put it at 7. You're walking into this one. I'm just gonna look at this graphic and point this shit out. You want to talk about the Knicks? The Celtics have won 18 titles. When is the last time the Knicks won anything? Can you name a single player on the Knicks roster? I can, but I bet you can't, because most Knicks fans can't. The Yankees, congratulations on winning a bunch of titles in the 1920s and 1930s. I'm sure that your great-grandmother was very excited about that. The Red Sox have dominated the Yankees for 25 years. But, let's go ahead and go back to 1935, because that's what's very important for all of us. The Jets. The New York Islanders. Well, congratulations. From 1979 to 1983, you were one of the most legendary icons of all time. And now you play in a place that every single person who lives in a city near you would never visit, because they're rich douchebags and they would never go in a place that serves nachos, whatever they are. The Mets, congratulations on spending $765 million on Juan Soto. I wonder if you intended for him to hit 195. Is that what's going on? You intended for him to do that? The New York Giants, congratulations. You won 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots well over a decade ago. But the most important coach in your history is also known for winning 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. So every single thing that the Giants have ever done is actually wrapped up in the fact that the best coach of all time is a Patriots coach. And the New York Rangers, well, who fucking cares? Who gives a shit? The New York Rangers. I don't know anyone who gives a shit about. Do you? You don't. No one does. New York sports.
Wow. Well, you know what?
I love you, though. I love you, though. I really do. I'll buy you the steak at Outback. I swear. I promise.
Okay,
I'll still buy you the steak.
You know what? And just because you were, I will stick to like a medium-sized ribeye.
No, you're getting large. No. We never skip on the ribeye. Damn it! Never. What's going on? Never. We always get the ribeye.
All right.
Tell me the next one. Let's go.
Oh man, I think we can both like 100% agree on this one. For sure. Even though you're saying you like some shit that's Boston, and I don't hold that against you, because you're my boy. But we can agree that we cannot stand Philadelphia fans. Fuck these motherfuckers, man. 100%. Fuck Gritty or whatever that fucking flyer thing is, whatever, wherever he comes out, fuck him. The 76ers are terrible, you know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to AI. AI was the best thing that has ever happened to him. But since then, like Embiid or anybody else, like past that, terrible. Bryce Harper and the Phillies, you know what? I rooted for them back in 2008. You know what I mean? Because I like Ryan Howard and his big ass bell pepper ass fucking nose. I like that motherfucker. And they were just they played the Rays, and I believe they put out the Yankees that year. So I was like, fuck them. And Eagles, man. My stepson's an Eagles fan, and he's a big Eagles fan. And, and I love him to death, man. But like, we don't talk on 2 days a week, 2 days a year, because like we're both uber competitive, and I feel like if we were to talk, we would probably have a fight, and we don't want that. Say that we don't need that to happen. So. I just don't, what I'm saying? Like they just assholes. There's the fact that there's a fucking jail in your stadium lets you know that how big of a piece of shit you are. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you throw batteries and fucking snowballs at Santa Claus, you're a big ass piece of shit. Even though Santa Claus really don't exist, you're a piece of shit throwing something at a figment of people's imagination. You know what I'm saying? Happiness and joy, a thing that brings happiness and joy to kids. You throw snowballs at it. You're a piece of shit. Philly, Rocky was probably Rocky is trash. The first one is trash. You know what I'm saying? I said it. I don't give a fuck. Fuck y'all. Like, at me if you feel like it. You know what I'm saying? But you got to come here and enjoy the King and Doc podcast. I don't care, bro.
Yo.
What happened?
Yo. Listen.
What happened?
Listen. No. We say some shit. We say some shit, and I love it. You just said Rocky is bullshit to film. Yo.
Now, you know what? I don't think so, man.
That
like, you know what I'm saying?
Like,
I was watching Rocky the other day, and that first fight against Apollo Creed, that fight shouldn't have been that long. He got knocked down so many times, bro. The fight against the Drago.
Yo,
the only reason that fight lasts that long against Drago is because that referee was terrible. Rocky was getting his ass whooped in that first fight, and a good referee would have stopped that fucking fight.
I'm just being honest. Bill Burr levels of hatred for Philadelphia right now, and I am all about it.
It's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the only thing Philly ever did that mattered was the cheesesteak.
Philly fans are ass, bro.
Yeah, they're garbage. The only thing that Philly ever did that mattered was the cheesesteak. Fuck Philadelphia. I agree.
Okay. And boys and men, Will Smith to a certain extent.
Yeah. All right. Listen, I love early Will Smith, so I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm a big boys and men fan.
But I'm not counting Western Philadelphia, born and raised, where he's, as part of the
playground.
That's not Philly. That's West Philly, baby. That's different.
Yo,
listen, I'm just saying. You and me went full on sports hatred on New York and Boston. I expected it. I did not anticipate the shot at Rocky, and it was well deserved.
It is.
That's why you're a next level hater, because you know how to get to you're just like, oh,
diabolical, bro. You know what I'm saying? I study the people that hate me. You feel me? I figured out what they would say about me, and I was like, I'll just say that about them. Fuck.
Number 4. This is something that's near and dear to my heart and is important to me as a person who cares about other individuals in life. And that is anyone who has ever worn any sort of fucking Tim Tebow jersey, any goddamn level. Anyone who has ever worn a Tim Tebow jersey, ever. I don't care. I don't care if it was in Florida. I don't care if it was in Denver when he won a playoff game. I don't care if it was with the Jets when Rex Ryan said he was going to be whatever. I don't care if it was with the Patriots. I don't care if it was with the Eagles. I don't care. If you have ever been the kind of person to wear a Tim Tebow jersey, I hate you. And it's not because I think you're a bad person. It's not because I think you're evil. It's because I hate you. I can't stand this guy. He's the worst kind of person. And the idea that we're going to pretend that being a Christian makes you a good person and everyone else is evil is fucking ludicrous. His whole thing was, I am a Christian, therefore I'm good at football. I am a Christian, therefore I'm a good quarterback. I am a Christian, therefore everyone else's political opinions don't matter because I am a Christian, which is typical white male bullshit. Tim Tebow is basically saying, I'm the most famous, most popular white man in the most famous, most popular sport. Therefore, my political and religious agenda are more important than what everyone else says. And you know what? I'm not gonna fucking listen to that shit when you can't even throw a spiral. God damn it! Fuck Tim Tebow. I'm so sick of Tim Tebow. I'm sick of his fans. He's mostly gone from the public eye. I want to forget him forever. So if you could send $5 to my house so that I could buy a cheap bottle of alcohol and forget Tim Tebow, you can help an alcoholic forget Tim Tebow.
Damn. You don't like Tim Tebow?
Actually, I love Tim Tebow. He's a great guy.
Me too, man. He's a fantastic dude. Fantastic dude.
I can't.
Hey,
I
shout out to real quick. Shout out to Samir, Alejandra. What was it? Samir, Alejandra, Milagros, Kimmy, the third, Junior, the second. That's the homie, my homie Sammy. I used to work with her before, you know what I'm saying? So she chimed in. She's like, you know, she's been wanting to jump on this podcast.
Yeah. You should invite. Listen, I am all about all guests. I want to invite anyone who wants to argue with me about it.
Don't be doing that. Don't be using my government name like that. I'm gonna put my shit out there like that.
Your government name is the third Junior, the fifth.
Yeah. It's not, but it's the inside joke. Inside joke. But shout out to her.
I hope to be part of an inside joke one day.
Oh, for sure. I'm glad she's watching this shit right now because, like, my number 3 on my list. And I'm not gonna show, you know what I'm saying, and it's not because of what's going on this weekend. It's not because of how, you know, everything is played out so far in this series. But I've been living in LA for like 6 years now. And I've just come to the realization that Dodger fans are fucking annoying as fuck. And okay, and let me paint a picture for you guys, all right? Baseball. People who know me, baseball is my favorite sport. This is my first love. This is what I grew up loving. I remember watching the 1988 series. Yes, and I'm dating myself. I'm telling you how old I am. I remember watching 1988 World Series with the Dodgers against the Oakland Athletics in my grandmother's house in 8 Mile, Alabama. I remember watching Kirk Gibson step up the plate. I remember them talking about how he, you know, had an injured back, and watching him hit that walk-off home run to beat to win Game 1. That part right there, that moment right there, is why I fell in love with this sport. I love playing baseball. Baseball is my thing. I grew up in it. Come to find out, you know what I'm saying, it's in my blood. So as much as, like, you know, I bleed Yankee blue, as much as I bleed Yankee blue, there's a very soft spot in my heart for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I've been living out in Los Angeles like since 2019, like you know, almost 6 years. November would be 6 years. All of my friends, everybody I've met out here are Dodgers fans. They're fantastic people, and I wanted to preface this, but you motherfuckers are assholes. Last year, when the Dodgers met the Yankees in the World Series, we all know what happened. You know what I'm saying, the Dodgers won. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Like, and I've always said, like, if it wasn't going to be the Yankees, I would love it to be the Dodgers, because, like I said, you know, they have a special place in my heart. And everyone that was coming up to me that respect, you know what I'm saying, that was showing me respect before, right? Before, leading up into it, like this, the Dodgers are hot, you know what I'm saying, this season, last season, Yankees are hot. Hey man, it might be, we might get it. We might get this World Series. Like, yeah, let's do it. Like, you know, hey man, I got so much love for the Yankees, and people come tell me this stuff, right? I got so much love for these Yankees. It wasn't until Freddie motherfucking Freeman hit that walk-off home run. When Freddie Freeman did that, dude, it was a wrap for me. It was a wrap, because like everything changed. It became from like, I have so much respect for the Yankees to fuck the Yankees. I've never said fuck the Dodgers to any of them. I've told them I had so much utmost respect, but everyone changed. Then fast forward to game 2. Ice motherfucking Cube comes out and he does like his verse from what was it, Bow Down? Does his verse from Bow Down. He changes up a lyric and makes, saying he threw a shot at the Yankees. Okay. No big deal, because I understood this was whoever's like telecast or a major, probably either Fox or Major League Baseball was like, hey, for production, we got the big market. We got 2 of the biggest markets, 2 storage franchises like in the World Series. Let's blow it up. We got, hip hop is the big thing. We got Ice Cube over here. We're going to have somebody from New York in game 3. They planned this shit. But see, the Dodger fans were like treating it as if Fat Joe, like we will pick fucking Fat Joe to respond to Ice Cube. Fat Joe, the only reason they picked Fat Joe is because he had the so-called New fucking York. That's the only thing. It was marketing. It was everything. But they treated it like it was like it was a battle cry. They were ready to go to fucking war, bro. Like I couldn't wear this fucking hat for. I couldn't. It was crazy. I got pressed 2 times at a gas station on separate days after this stuff because people was so like really trying. They treated it like it was like it was gang shit, and it wasn't. And I just I lost a lot of respect for Dodger fans. I did. Sorry to say, I know it's gonna ruffle some feathers, but it just just is what it is. Like it's so it's baseball, bro. It's not that damn serious. But you know what I'm saying?
Man, LA is like that though.
It is.
It reached a certain point where I couldn't wear a Brady jersey anymore because fucking Raiders fans would come up to me and be like, that was a fumble, right? I'm like, dog, it's 2002. Just let it go. I don't care. I don't care if it was a fumble or not. Relax. Like,
I love the Dodgers, man, but your fans, you guys are assholes.
LA fans are crazy. Dodgers fans are like, I was with my friend a few years ago at a Dodgers game, and I'm not even a Diamondbacks fan. It was a Diamondbacks Dodgers game, and it was the Diamondbacks were knocking them out of the playoffs, but the Dodgers won that game, and their fans were talking shit to me. I was talking so much shit, and my friend was like, "You gotta stop because we're gonna get shot." And I was like, "Nah, fuck them." And I didn't even like them. I been hated the Dodgers fans so much. They're insufferable. They're insufferable people. Same thing for Lakers fans. Insufferable people. Los Angeles people are politically wonderful, and in sports, absolutely insufferable. So that's that. Man, number 2.
Hey, I love LA though. I love
LA too. I miss it. I miss it, but I can't stand listening to listen to them. Half of them still think Kobe's on the Lakers. So
motherfuckers are delusional. Somebody told me Robert Horry deserves to be in the Hall of Fame because he had a big shot. Like, no, the fuck he doesn't. He averaged 7 points a game throughout his career. No, he don't.
Robert Horry deserves to have a milkshake named after him in a diner that's like 3 blocks down from the Hall of Fame. Like
that's about it. The big shot milkshake.
Yeah. Oh my God, you made one basket when everyone else enabled you to do it? Phenomenal. Number 2. And you know what? This is kind of on topic for all that bullshit. And that is WNBA fans who like really have decided recently that they have a very strong opinion. Like people who have decided now that they're a big time WNBA fan in the last 2 years since Caitlin Clark has come around. And what this basically has a couple groups of people. Number 1, most annoying, is racists who thought that Caitlin Clark was also racist because she's white. Like, and they basically believe that her being the best player coming into the WNBA would like do something to make the WNBA support MAGA. I don't fucking understand what the thought process was there. Like, if you think the WNBA or if you think the NBA is liberal, you think the WNBA is going to be less liberal? Like, have you know anything about humans? Like, all of that shit is ridiculous. And they all believe Caitlin Clark was going to be this Trump supporting lunatic. Well, she's not. She's a regular human. And so, they're like, well, the league is bullshit. They lied to us. No one lied to you. You're a fucking moron. The second group of people who are annoying as fuck are people who really, really want to make this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark thing like a real thing. Listen, Angel Reese is a phenomenal rebounder and probably a very good person, but she is not even close to Caitlin Clark's league in basketball. And I don't care that, Angel Reese's team beat her in one tournament and then Caitlin Clark beat her the next year, whatever. Like, those things are all wonderful. It doesn't matter. Basketball is not played one-on-one. Angel Reese to start the season was averaging 22% shooting from the field. Like, they're not on the same level. Angel Reese is a phenomenal rebounder, but many of those rebounds come after she bricks a shot. Like, she can't dribble, she can't shoot, she can play defense and she can rebound. But this is very much like comparing Steph Curry to Dennis Rodman and trying to argue which one is better. It's not a question about which one is better. Caitlin Clark is obviously a better player. Now, this does not mean that her racist supporters are correct. It just means that Caitlin Clark is a better basketball player. And we're in this really stupid fucking world where because one of them is white and one of them is black, that somehow is supposed to mean that Caitlin Clark is a Republican and Angel Reese is a Democrat. It doesn't mean any fucking thing like that. What it means is one of them is a shooter that puts up 20 a game and is valuable to her team, and the other one needs a lot of work. And I'm sorry that Angel Reese isn't one of the greatest players in the league. Why do we have to talk about her? Kelsey Plum, Asia Wilson, Brianna, there's a million other players. Why are we talking about this one woman just because she played Caitlin Clark one time?
Because of they're recreating. They want to recreate the Magic and Bird thing from the 80s, because like the Magic and Bird rivalry is what saved the NBA back in the day. Like, back in the, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Magic and Bird, the NBA would have been like just a cocaine fueled league. You know what I'm saying? You
were not wrong.
Seriously, you know what I'm saying? So their rivalry is like, is what saved. And they tried to put it this way, but you have so many people who previously, you know what I'm saying, didn't watch women's basketball, so they don't understand like the gravity of it. They don't understand like how it works. You know what I mean? You got them like chiming in. They see a really good white girl against a black girl. And they, they see a dominant black girl and they want to pit them against each other. And that's what they did. And of course they met each other. And then, and in competition, you saw the game where it was the championship game where LSU beat Iowa, and Angel Reese is pointing at the ring and taunting Caitlin Clark. And everyone got upset about that, but no one forgot, you know what I'm saying, how Caitlin Clark treated South Carolina the game before, where she was waving her raw, wave the girl like, hey, you can't shoot, and doing the same thing, which is like allowed in basketball. Well, talking shit in basketball is the same thing as fucking dribbling at this point.
Yeah, no, it is. But Angel Reese also went on a podcast recently and said that she should be paid as much as male players because she's doing the same thing as LeBron.
No, you're not. Angel Reese, you need to sit down.
Angel Reese is delusional. Listen. I'm not trying to knock her as a person.
No.
The basketball player, she's fucking delusional. And listen, you need to be delusional to be great. So she should take that and drive herself to work to the next level. I'm just saying
I agree with you.
People who think we're having ridiculous arguments. Like,
okay, I say it like this: like Caitlin Clark is a phenomenal player. She's definitely a better all around basketball player than Angel Reese is. All right, but you got people out here, making her out to be like the greatest player since ever. When they forget we live in a fucking world with Diana Taurasi. Diana the White Mamba Taurasi fucking exists. There's no way and there's
Mercury fan. You know how I feel about that.
And there is absolutely no way we can say that Caitlin Clark is the greatest women's basketball player when Cheryl Miller fucking exists.
Sue Bird.
Bird. There's Sue Bird. There's so many people that came before.
Swoops.
Cheryl Swoops, who was considered like to be the Michael.
Rebecca Lobo, Candace Parker. Elena Deladon. The list goes on, man. Like there's no.
Listen. The GOAT, Cynthia fucking Cooper.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you new WNBA fans who just like tuned in because like you've been watching Caitlin Clark do her thing. First off, welcome to women's basketball.
Yeah.
It's been dope. It's been cool. If you one of those people say, like, I didn't watch because they can't dunk, then you're a fucking fool.
Yeah.
If you want to watch you want to watch how basketball is played, this is what you watch. You want a show, watch the NBA. But if you want to watch how basketball is being played, this is what you watch.
Yeah, it's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah. Kiss my ass with this shit, bro.
No, but dude, see, honestly, I'm true. It's frustrating because
fuck y'all. Fuck y'all.
Like, I love Caitlin Clark as much as anyone else, but like they act like she's already the greatest women's player of all time, and that's not true. But then comparing her to Angel Reese, it's like, dude, again, Angel Reese is a defender and rebounder. Caitlin Clark is a shooter. It doesn't. Why are we even talking about this? Like, they don't match up against each other. And yeah, they talk shit to each other. Yeah, they foul each other.
Bro,
that's trash talk.
They knew.
Game. Yeah.
They knew.
Isn't that good? Don't we want this?
Don't we want this?
We want them to hate each other, right? Like, isn't that fun?
Yeah, exactly. We want it's got to be that because women. You know what I mean? It's got to be that. They hate each other. They don't hate each other. They're competitors too.
It's just, but you and me have been talking about it, dude. But they want to act like Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum. These people don't exist. They're not on 18.
They don't exist. Candace
Parker. They don't
Maya motherfucking Moore didn't exist. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah. No Maya Moore. No Sylvia Bowles. No DeWanna Bonner. My favorite player of all time, DeWanna Bonner. My favorite player of all time, DeWanna Bonner.
We know Brittany Griner exists. Like, they
don't
see what happened in Russia, but like they don't know how dope she fucking was. I followed that girl since she was like in junior high.
Dude, she was Brittany Griner is fucking the Mercury was supposed to be the savior. Like Janae and Nneka Ogwumike, they don't exist. None of these people matter. Dude, it's like this is what I'm saying is if you love basketball, I'm not saying you have to also watch the WNBA. Everyone has a limited schedule or whatever. But if you hate on the WNBA, then you don't love basketball.
No, you don't.
It's basketball. Like,
it's a better game. And right now, like even the girls coming out of college, Juju, you know what I'm saying?
The thing about the WNBA right now, dude, is they fucking hate each other. The WNBA has rivalries. The NBA at this point is a bunch of AAU bros who all grew up together and they all fucking hang out and go to strip clubs together after the game. At least the WNBA has some fucking hatred.
Hey, look, the WNBA is hitting that like the 80s. It was like hitting that 80s like mode, like you know what I'm saying, the late 80s where it's gonna be super competitive. It's like it's
Angel Reese and Clark don't fucking like each other. This is not a friendly rivalry.
So what?
Dude, like,
you know what I mean?
It burns Caitlin Clark up that Angel Reese won a title as a rookie. Like she doesn't take that shit lightly. Like that Angel Reese was 15th in MVP voting last year, which is absurd. But the point is, Caitlin Clark was higher. But the point I'm making is like that shit is a real. It's good for the league. Like they should want to do this. Like that. Basketball is better when you have real rivalries.
Word.
The NBA. And they have it going in the WNBA right now. Dude,
let's get the number one. Let's get the number one.
Juju Watkins. Dude, the WNBA is coming, man.
I'm going to be a Sparks super fan, I promise.
I believe it.
Let's get to number one. Number one on the list. And I'm going to say this. And it's been this way since 2007. Because the motherfuckers forgot like the 6 years that 2008. They forgot the 6 years that or prior to this. Alabama fans. Y'all are terrible. Horrible. Like you forgot the Mike Shula years exist. You get Nick Saban, great. Nick Saban was a great coach, and now that he's retired, I can give him his accolades. I can give him his flowers. You know what I'm saying? But win with grace, man. You know what I'm saying? Like do something better. Don't pretend like you're just great at everything because you're an Alabama fan. That's only football. When I talked about earlier how, the SEC softball fans used to piss me off, you guys started that trend. Then I just noticed, like, how much I didn't like Arkansas fans and how much, Tennessee fans was like, made me want to throw up. But you guys started that. It's roll tide this, roll tide that after every fucking thing. You know what I mean? Like, relax. It's not that serious. Like, if I don't say roll tide back to you, maybe even though being an Auburn fan, maybe I just don't fucking care. Don't get upset behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's better things to do with your life, like reading a book. But most of you can't read. Hell, most of you can't spell Tuscaloosa. Hell, most of you have never been to Tuscaloosa. I don't even think you can point Tuscaloosa on a map. I don't even think you can spell map. You guys are like the lowest of the low. Like, we said Cowboys fans are up. I wanted them to be up there. Like, honestly, Cowboys should have been number 4 on this list. Think it back. Alabama fans, you guys are just, you hold on to everything. Like, even a dead bear. This guy's been dead since as long as I've been alive, and like he's the only motherfucker I keep hearing about. It's ridiculous. He had a really good coach, and then you like, we're still gonna bring him up. We're gonna talk about this guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't understand you. I don't get it. Maybe it wasn't meant for me to get it. Maybe I just picked the right school to cheer for, like living in that state. None of you make good decisions. It's clear because you picked that team to root for. And you're just loud and proud about it. And then, like, when you're wrong, if you lose, you can't just accept the fact that you lost. You can't just say, we lost, whatever. You got to just, no, it's somebody else's fault. No, I'm sorry, your team played that game. And the world watch you guys lose. It's okay. And it happens. But you pretend, I don't know. I watched a grown man cry after Alabama win. Like, why are you crying? Like, you weren't even there. Like, you just sat right here and watched the game. And now you're crying? It's crazy. You guys just got to do better. I don't know what else to say to you guys. Number 1 on the list, Alabama fans. You guys are the worst. Chances I think media has made them hate each other. Talking about Caitlin Clark. You probably have a point. Yeah, man, I'm off my soapbox, bro.
You got existential on that one, dog. That was you like.
Listen, I grew up in this shit, bro. Like, it's been annoying. Like, I hate when it becomes so ingrained in your life that you can't just turn it off. You know what I mean? You can't turn it off. Like,
you really like you got.
If I'm watching, if I'm watching a baseball game and you come to me and you start talking about Alabama football, get the fuck away from me. I don't even want to talk to you. It's not even what we're talking about. If you bring it back to that, like,
oh shit,
you got nothing to do with your life.
I just knocked all my vapes over, but you went very Hunter S. Thompson on that one. Like, it was just like really like, what do you motherfuckers care about? You goddamn phonies. Listen, I ain't even mad about it. I'm just saying it was like it was very visceral and real. We need more of that. Like, You're like drifting off into the moment, reaching for your hatred, and I'm like, yes. I'm like the emperor. I'm like, yes. Let it by the way, I agree with Sam. The media has definitely stoked the flame between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark.
I think it played
that's on purpose. But I just also think, I miss the Pistons Bulls rivalry. And I kind of think we got a chance for that between Indiana and Chicago in the WNBA right now. And I'm all about that.
Oh, yeah, me too. Me too. That'd be dope. It gets physical. There's some real hatred there.
Yeah.
Makes for really good basketball, bro.
Yes.
Makes for really good basketball.
And especially now the Pacers are in the finals. Indiana basketball is the whole thing right now. So,
hey, there's one more thing I want to share. And we laughed our ass about this. I'm gonna share my screen real quick.
There we go.
Did you see this? The French with the French president? Let's share my screen real quick. Watch this.
It's the shove being seen around the world. French President Emmanuel Macron whacked in the face by his wife. The plane door opens during a state visit to Vietnam, and you see Brigitte Macron's red sleeve come into frame, her hands forcefully smushing his face. He seems stunned. Then,
look at his face right now.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's like The Office when Michael and Jan are fighting, and he's like, "It's all good, don't worry." And he leans into the
awkwardly waves.
Like he fucked up. She had to saw some shit on this, like you know what I'm saying? Like she's like older than him, right?
Yeah, by 25 years. He's in a signal chat with Pete Hegseth.
Yeah.
And they're just like
she saw his Tinder.
When he realizes cameras are rolling. Moments later, he deplanes, followed by the First Lady of France. You see him position his arm so she can grab on to go down the stairs. But she ignores the gesture and takes the handrail. Typically, you see them holding hands when they're deplaning, which added to the speculation that the cameras captured a heated argument. At first, Macron's office claimed the video was an AI-generated fake. Then Macron admitted the moment was real. We are squabbling and...
Bro. AI? AI? How dare they, blame Allen Iverson for this bullshit?
Rather joking with my wife.
But they shouldn't say that it wasn't real, number one, or that it was just a joke. That is not a joke you do.
Push their relationship back into the spotlight. She's 72, he's 47.
Oh my God.
Why is it okay when Donald Trump and Melania Trump do it then, or something that someone might say? Who gives a shit? Like, the only thing I find wrong or criminal in this photo is that wig she's wearing. Like, sweetheart, you gotta get a better designer here, all right? That's all I'm saying.
That's a 24-year age gap between them. They met when she was his 39-year-old teacher, and he was her 15-year-old drama student.
If the roles were reversed and you saw a man come for a woman's face like that, I would be at the front of the line picketing, saying this is inappropriate.
Macron and his wife are frequent visitors to the White House. He and President Trump have a history of tug-of-war handshakes, but never a shove in the face.
So the president of France is a sexual abuse victim, and his abuser is the first lady. That sounds like some Bill Clinton shit, but reversed. My God.
Yeah,
I forgot. Well, because it's like
that makes your whole country look like mad weak. You get mushed.
Well, he still sees her as a fresh-faced 39-year-old.
There's no way. You don't look fresh-faced at all.
That's what he sees. He sees his piano teacher that he banged when she was 40. Like,
there's a conspiracy about her that she's actually a man. That's probably why you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't need to. There's no. I mean,
I've never heard that.
I mean, there's the same thing about Michelle Obama because, as we know, transphobia is rooted in misogyny because the idea is that to want to be a woman, even though it's not a want, it's who you are, but that means somehow that you're less than because women are worse. So, the idea that anyone would say that she's a man is just, that's, again, it's transphobia and it's misogyny ultimately, because for whatever reason in this world, we hate women above all else. That's why Kamala Harris isn't president right now, is because we hate women and it's embarrassing and we need to fix it. And that's why you and I love the NBA, because we are supporters of all things women, and we need to translate that into the rest of the thing in the rest of this world.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a good way to end this show.
Exactly.
Support women. We do it on the King Doc podcast.
Love all the women. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Thank you, Sam, Treehouse, and Glenn, for chiming in the chat.
Appreciate it all, y'all.
Make sure you check us out Saturday nights, 11 p.m. Pacific time. We are the King of Dot podcast. Thank you for appreciate you guys. Peace out.